guidelines. 12 more Toyota Innova cars procured for Manipur police. MHA asks all states, union territories to strictly follow lockdown measures. And India's COVID-19 cases rise to 17,265, death toll at 543. Hello, you're watching the news today at 1. I'm Mandira, and now the news in detail. The Manipur government has procured 12 more Toyota Innova cars for the state police. And Biren, the Chief Minister of Manipur, today handed over the Toyota Innova cars to Imphal West and Imphal East District Police stations. Special police patrol units of the twin capital districts will use these vehicles. Biren handed over the car keys to the Superintendent of Police, Imphal East, Jogesh Chandra Hobijam, and Imphal West District Superintendent of Police, K. Megha Chandra.
Police ka public ka relationship hagalai bisi ki matla mohena phagana ba 24-hour service akoi hinungdang da police se show ku de khara amani na kana but sigi petrol system is tor matung da koi yes and every part of the city nungdang or so 24-hour gari si mai available ho geda mi ge pona na duty da badu ki rotation se amaga so that anybody at the mudal lakera angan mudal lakera public sing the police patrol line have ge feeling moi da madu ki secure
Meanwhile, a state cabinet meeting is underway at the CM's bungalow in Imphal to take a final decision to notify on the sectors or areas where the COVID-19 lockdown would be continued or relaxed. Biren had said yesterday that the state government has received the directives of the union government on the relaxation of the lockdown restrictions in some parts of the state. He said that a decision will be taken at a cabinet meeting which is scheduled to be held on Monday. The Ministry of Home Affairs today asked all states and union territories to strictly follow lockdown measures issued by the centre to curb the coronavirus outbreak in this city. According to media reports, Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla on Sunday wrote a letter to the states and union territories asking them not to dilute the consolidated revised guidelines on lockdown measures under the Disaster Management Act 2015 in any manner. The letter also stated that the states and union territories may impose stricter measures than the consolidated revised lockdown guidelines as per requirement of the local areas. Citing an observation made by the Supreme Court last month, the government asserted that states making their own list of essential activities are not permissible. Meanwhile, the centre on Monday strongly objected to Kerala government's decision of allowing opening of activities prohibited under consolidated revised guidelines on lockdown measures that had been issued on April 15. The activities that had been led to the violation of the lockdown guidelines include opening of local workshops, barber shops, restaurants, bookstores, MSMEs in municipal limits. India's coronavirus disease COVID-19 tally rose to 17,265 with 1,553 new cases and 543 fatalities in the last 24 hours. The Union Health Ministry said this morning. The increase in the COVID-19 numbers comes on a day several states and union territories will ease the rules of the lockdown put in place to break the chain of coronavirus infections. According to the Health Ministry COVID-19 dashboard, there are 14,175 active cases and 2,547 people have been cured, discharged or migrated. Maharashtra neared the 5,000 mark with 4,203 COVID-19 cases and 223 deaths across the state. The ministry data showed 507 people have also been discharged from the hospitals. The western state had recorded its highest one-day jump in COVID-19 cases on Sunday with 552 more infections. Authorities in India's most affected state have said the spike was because of a backlog in Mumbai's civic body and private laboratories. The number of confirmed cases stood at 24,03,963, and there were 11,65,227 fatalities across the world, according to the COVID-19 dashboard by Johns Hopkins University's Center for Systems Science and Engineering at around 8 a.m. India time. We'll take a short break here. Keep watching.
Khanghanjaba Lamjingba Hospital and Medical Research Institute Private Limited na Hauzik Oyiba Kudong Chadaba Kaya Asigi Yenglaga Miyam Gidamak Hospital Asigi Maternity Ward Pung Kunmari Hangduna Miyam Gitogal Taujaragani Adumakpu Hospital Asigi Atopa Department Singdi Service Lepchagani Hospital Asida Lakchungi Mamanga Makhada Pijariba Contact Number Asida Han Appointment Lobiu Amadi patient ka miyoi amadagi hena loina biraktanaba khanghanjari ba Lamjingba Hospital and Medical Research Institute Private Limited, RIMS Southgate, Kombirei, Kaitel. Contact number 8258967890.
Welcome back. The Kerala government's decision to relax the norms of the COVID-19 lockdown today has irked the centre, prompting it to write to all chief secretaries to stick to the guidelines it has issued. However, amid confusion over easing of norms, the state government has defended its decision, saying the centre was informed about it. The Union Home Ministry has taken strong objection to the Kerala government's decision to allow opening of restaurants and micro, small and medium enterprises in municipal areas, among others, saying it amounts to dilution of its lockdown guidelines. In one of the most horrifying mass murders in Canadian history, a 51-year-old white male went on a rampage lasting nearly 12 hours, killing 16 people, including a police officer, in the province of Nova Scotia, as per a media report. The killing spree, which began on Saturday night, ended on Sunday morning when the shooter, identified as Gabriel Wortman, was gunned down by police in an encounter. While no motive has yet been attributed to the killing spree, police do not believe this was a random act, as Wortman was dressed in the uniform of a Royal Canadian Mounted Police or RCMP and at one point was believed to be driving a vehicle camouflaged as a police cruiser. RCMP Commissioner Brenda Luckey said investigators will have to do a lot of work on finding the motivation, a lot of background, a lot of profiling type events and a lot of crime scene processing, according to CBC News. Now, Manipur is COVID-19 free following both the patients have tested negative. And Biren Singh, the Manipur Chief Minister, yesterday said the state no longer has any COVID-19 positive case. The second patient, who was undergoing at RIMS Hospital, Imphal, tested negative for the disease, he had informed. The State Health Department disclosed that the second patient tested negative for the second time and is likely to be discharged soon. The 65-year-old patient is a Jamaat attendee. The first case in the state is a 23-year-old woman who had returned from the UK. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal yesterday made telephone calls to 6 chief ministers of the country and urged them to extend help to the people from Assam stranded in their states. Hundreds of people from Assam have remained stranded in different states across the country due to the ongoing lockdown in the view of COVID-19 pandemic. Sonowal on Sunday made telephone calls to his counterparts Naveen Patnaik in Odisha, Yogi Adityanath in Uttar Pradesh, Nitish Kumar in Bihar, Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal, Manohar Lal Khattar in Haryana and Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh. He urged the chief ministers to provide all necessary help to the people of Assam stranded in their states due to the nationwide lockdown. One Oinam Khogen Singh and his wife Oinam Memita Devi of Upokpi Manning Lekai, now staying at Guwahati's Ulubari, distributed essential commodities to the stranded students at Manipur Bhavan, Guwahati. Ok Hogan is the regional manager at Zydus Healthcare Limited, Guwahati, and his wife Omemita is the vice president at CPMS Nursing College, Guwahati. The students expressed gratitude towards the couple for their generous act during this time of crisis. The Mizoram police yesterday reviewed security situation along the interstate and international border in the wake of novel coronavirus pandemic. According to media reports, Mizoram Inspector General of Police, Law and Order, L.H. Shanliana, who presided the review meeting, said about 700 policemen are keeping vigil in at least 135 duty posts along the interstate and international borders to prevent public movement across the border. He said about 2,000 volunteers from various village level task forces were also keeping vigil at 198 entry points along the interstate and international borders. Mizoram shares interstate boundary with Assam, Manipur and Tripura, and also a 722-kilometer unfenced international border with Bangladesh and Myanmar. Two personnel of the 5th Indian Reserve Battalion were allegedly assaulted by a mob along the Mizoram-Tripura border in West Mizoram's Mamit district, a senior police officer said on Sunday. The victims, identified as C. Lalruatwalang Ga and R. Ziamemwa, were part of the forces that guarded the state border in Zomwantlang in Zalnwam block of Mamit district under the jurisdiction of West Filing Police Station to prevent cross-border movement. Mizoram Deputy Inspector General of Police, Northern Range, Lalbiakthanga Khangte, said that the incident occurred around 5 p.m. on Saturday when the two personnel asked 4 men belonging to Chakma community, who were part of the village task force, to stop playing cards and remain vigil, citing that senior officers were about to come for an inspection. Now we have the local newspaper headlines.
The Shanghai Express, nationwide lockdown to neutralize coronavirus. Select economic activities to be allowed in non-hotspot areas from today. COVID-19 patient test negative for second time. Myanmar goods continue to do brisk business. Chief Minister opens home delivery control room. The People's Chronicle, Cabinet to decide on lockdown relaxation today. Panel to oversee supply of medical kits. No new corona case in Northeast. Most patients recovering. Cross-border movement worries BJP leader. 16 held for illegal border crossing amid lockdown. Kamjong calls for closure of borders. Imphal Free Press. State Cabinet to take decision on relaxation of lockdown today. Biren launches home delivery supplies management control room. Bitter leaves not safe for human consumption. Manipur Mail. Chief Minister launches control room for home delivery of essential items. CBDT revising return forms to enable taxpayers. State government's initiative to distribute PDS rice under PMGKAY continues.
Now the headlines once again. 12 more Toyota Innova cars procured for Manipur police. MHA asked all states, union territories to strictly follow lockdown measures. And India's COVID-19 cases rise to 17,265, death toll at 543. This is all for now. Keep watching Times of Manipur.